one mic. Everybody's got excuses, but you got one life to live, one life to give, one moment, one opportunity. Boy, that's it, and it's all said and done. When the going gets tough and the tough gets going, you just go ahead and run. Cause opinions are like assholes, everybody has one. They're being constructive or they jealous of the outcome. It's not about the times you fail, it's about the times you got up. And I don't even care what the fuck your excuses is. Fact is, you just playing the cards of foolishness. What you think I'm dubious, you gotta get up, get going and just move on. Don't look towards the past, you gotta groove on. You procrastinating now, you gotta get that motivation. I already created a track called Inspiration. Gotta get up, get going and get fucking hype. Go.
Welcome everybody to Wrestling Talk Now. It is Thursday night, so that means it is the rundown. I am your boy Justin JLB, and I, of course, am not alone. I am with Mr. Big Red. How goes it, good sir?
It's going. It's Thursday, and I'm ready to talk. Are you?
I'm ready to talk. You got to up your attitude a little bit, good sir. We're running it down. Not a whole lot of news though. There we go. Not a whole lot of crazy news, but some pretty decently big news, if you will, going on this week. We had heard that the investigation for the whole media scrum is finally over. And for those of you who watched AEW Dynamite last night, you had saw a little vignette with the Elite, Kenny Omega, Young Bucks, them appearing in certain sections of them all together, and then essentially them evaporating, disappearing.
That got kind of confused.
Then that's kind of I mean, yes and no. It's maybe a symbolism for the fact that they weren't there for the past few months. They were gone, and I guess it's maybe going to lead to some kind of storyline with it, right?
I heard. I don't know where I heard. I think I was on TikTok. Someone talked about it. I can't talk today, and thank you. And they said that their idea is for when they come back. We don't know when, but when, most likely sooner than later. That they will go to Ring of Honor, and it'll be like they will start a war with All Elite and Tony Khan. Which is kind of interesting.
Would be interesting. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. That's essentially where, well, at least where the Young Bucks started. I don't know if that's necessarily where Kenny Omega started.
I'm not sure. But that would be good. And if you do that on Blood and Guts, you get your top four from there, top four there.
Yeah, no, that is an interesting take on what they could do, and the whole symbolism of them disappearing from the AEW ring and all that could potentially work. They're still angry, and so I guess they would be a heel faction at this point. Like I guess they were anyways. That could kind of work. I wouldn't mind necessarily seeing that, and that would also lead to having even more bigger faces in ROH for their TV deal that's supposed to come next year. So I can definitely see that happening. That's Kenny Omega. That's a huge star. The Young Bucks, a lot of people know them. That's huge as well for the tag team division. That's a hot take right there. That could easily work. But if they don't do that, I still think they would be a heel team on AEW. It looks like they're gonna pull that whole we were wronged by the company, and still kind of maybe go against the other people. We're no longer All Elite kind of thing. We just a whole heel, like we made this company, blah blah blah. 'Cause that's what they mentioned in the vignette, right? Of what they mentioned before and so on. So either way, I think they're coming back as a heel and ready to take on AEW. using ROH to do that makes a whole lot of sense. So that would be interesting. I imagine something's going down at Full Gear, which will then lead to the ROH pay-per-view in December. Final Battle, I believe it's called.
At 4 p.m., which is really early.
For which? ROH's pay-per-view?
Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 p.m.
3 or 4 p.m. Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty early.
We're talking about the deadline, right? That's what it's called? Ring of Honor deadline, I believe.
It was Final Battle, no?
Final Battle. Sorry, deadline is the new NXT pay-per-view. Sorry. Yes. I saw 4 p.m.
Let's check here. Final Battle. Okay, apparently you can't put Final Battle. That's it, because there was a 2021 version. For
those who are watching,
Yeah, well, 3 p.m. Central, so 4 p.m. Eastern.
Which is really, really weird.
That's wild. That is on...
Is it on a weekend?
That's on the 10th. That's on the 10th.
Of December.
And... yeah, 10th of December. So because they don't give me the day, I will just use my lovely little calculator here.
It's a Saturday.
Fuck. What's with pay-per-views always being on Saturdays, man?
I think it's a new. Well, I don't want to get you in trouble, but you don't.
I mean, whatever. I'm working. I mean, whether I order it or not. I could still PVR it and whatnot and so on and watch it later. But I mean, I like to watch it live because the chances of me not reading any results.
Oh, that's very true.
While I'm working is the annoyance factor of it. Maybe I just won't be on social media.
For Full Gear Survivor Series, I cannot be on the phone those 2 days because I have plans on those both days. So fun for me. Yeah.
There you go. And with the whole Scrum investigation being over, there is still apparently reports that we heard about Larry, the CM Punk's dog, that he had actually gotten injured in the whole altercation. Apparently, when the Young Bucks kicked the door down, it had hit Larry and knocked some of his teeth out. However, this is also apparently not true. And we also had heard during the investigation, no one talked to Ace Steel's wife. So why, considering she was there? I don't know. Maybe perhaps because she would be biased.
Yeah, one-sided. Yeah, most likely.
Very one-sided. But still, I mean, whatever. Get what she had mentioned and then compare it with everyone else and, figure something out.
True.
I don't know. But MJF was also there too. So maybe MJF would also be one-sided. More towards Tony Khan. But at the end of the day, no one is still allowed to talk about it. That is still a thing. There's an NDA where no wrestler can talk about what had happened. So we most likely won't know anything for a little while. I don't know how long NDAs generally go for or how long he had implemented this NDA for. But goddamn it, I want a book. I want a documentary. I want a movie. I want to know more.
No, I want a documentary on this. Yeah, back scenes and everything.
Well, it's got to be reenactments. I mean, unless Young Bucks were filming for the Being the Elite or whatever, that would be freaking epic. But I imagine that's not anytime soon.
See, if Dark Side of the Ring was still on this episode,
I mean, it's coming back. It's just not mentioned.
Yeah.
Yet. There's supposed to be a new season. I think they're going to finish Dark Side of the Territories, but apparently Dark Side of the Ring is not essentially over yet. They're still kind of maybe looking to bring it back, but no word of when season 4 is happening or episodes or none of that jazz.
What's happening with Phil?
Well, we don't know. So
we don't know yet. Okay.
Obviously with CM Punk, there is rumors that CM Punk is going to be leaving AEW. They're looking to buy out his contract.
Which is fine.
I mean, there's a big debate on that, right? Does AEW really need CM Punk? Sure, he's a money grabber. We've talked about this throughout and
But I think
through
they're doing great
everything.
without him. Like, I mean,
Right, but I mean, he's a money grab, right? So
right,
for
right.
t-shirts, merchandise selling, and all that. And look, the guy when in the ring is phenomenal, but at the same time, outside of the ring, is a different story. And it might not just be worth it. So apparently, they're looking out to buy out his contract, which apparently was like $3 million a year or something. At least that's what I heard.
It's a lot of
So
ice creams.
a lot of ice creams, a lot of money to be spending in one shot. The only thing is they're looking for the non-compete clause. That's kind of what's maybe stopping everything, according to the dirty sheets, if you will. That's kind of what's stopping everything. Because obviously, Tony Khan doesn't want WWE or Impact or, one of those companies, most likely WWE.
Wait.
Yes.
Do you honestly think that they're gonna touch that?
WWE?
Yeah, he's not gonna. They're not gonna call Phil. Hell no.
I mean, they might call
No.
Phil, but it might be really strict, really, really strict contract.
Mm-mm.
You are to not talk to anybody backstage. You are to not do any media posts. You are to go into the ring, sell shirts, and wrestle. But you most definitely are not. I mean, the Trips is going to make it really strict because at the end of the day, Triple H is all about business. If it's good for business, he'll do it. Maybe they. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe not. Maybe not. At the end of the day, CM Punk is also very injury prone at the moment. He's like,
You
I
think?
think he's. Well, I mean, he got injured two
I know.
times.
I'm being sarcastic.
I didn't. Sorry, I didn't pick it up. My bad. Yeah. So I mean, the guy's older too. Obviously, he was out of the ring for 7 years. That does take a toll. You're not training as much as you would be if you were still active. The body takes a toll. So that will happen. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. It's still an ongoing thing, and with NDNAs, it's going to be hard to break through that. I don't see any of them specifically talking to anybody, or especially any dirt sheets about it. So we definitely won't be getting more info there. We'll see though. We'll see. And yeah, so I just want a documentary when this is all over, which I probably won't get. And the Young Bucks already came out with a book, but oh boy, would I like to read CM Punk's book if he comes out with one. But yeah, so we'll see. And I imagine the investigation's over. So I imagine we'll get little tidbits here and there.
And
sure. Eventually we'll all link it all up together. But there's still two narratives that are going around, and it's really hard to pick fact from fiction, obviously, without being there. A lot of bias is going on, so we shall see.
We shall.
We shall. So you did not watch too much of Raw, correct?
No, because Sportsnet 360 decided to put NBA on.
Right. Basketball. Yeah. Well, they're going to go with their Raptors. That's one thing they'll definitely do.
We are the North.
We are the North. That's a valid point. It was on OLN, but not everyone has OLN, which I'm shocked Sportsnet just doesn't add OLN as part of their overall package because it's literally just Sportsnet. And yeah, so essentially big news from Raw was Nikki Cross is back. Not only is she back, she's right with the Bianca title picture. Bianca and Bayley had a match, a non-title match, which Bayley won due to the intrusion of Nikki Cross. Notice I did not say Nikki ASH because Gimmick is reverted back to her NXT days of Nikki Cross. And with a little bit more makeup, though. So it's Nikki Cross, but more alive, if you will. We will see what happens.
She's back to her crazy self, like
Back to her
sanity.
crazy self. Exactly.
Nice, well deserved. Thank God.
Yeah. And we'll see. So they're already
Hey,
they're already putting her into the
good.
title picture though. So I imagine triple threat at Crown Jewel, perhaps,
Been a while.
because Bailey technically won. So Bailey's
Mm.
gonna push the narrative that she still deserves a
Mhm.
shot since she beat her.
Mhm.
And well, Nikki Cross is gonna be like, well, I helped you, so I deserve to be in here. And Bianca, being the superstar that she is, will take on both. And I imagine that will be at Crown Jewel because women need to wrestle in Saudi Arabia to prove a point, which I'm down for. So let's do it.
Yeah. Also, no more Hell in a Cell pay-per-view.
Yeah, so that has been reported as well. Did Triple H mention that, or was that just the dirt sheets? Because I feel like that was just the dirt sheets. No.
That was just the sheets. Yeah.
Okay. So was there any actual quotation or quotes from Triple H on that, or no?
No, but they're saying
Because
that they wanted to stop a specific kind of pay-per-views. I can't find the word right now. A gimmick pay-per-views. They want to stop.
well,
with
I
the
mean,
gimmick
Extreme Rules did good. Extreme Rules was pretty good, but I see what you mean. A one. So will that mean they'll be getting rid of Elimination Chamber too? Then
Well,
I guess not. We're getting
no,
Elimination Chamber in
yeah.
Montreal.
we
Oui,
on
oui.
the day that I can't go, but whoever goes, have fun, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna see. I booked for the to see how much the combo pack is, which is probably gonna be stupid expensive. So I probably won't go for that. But I put my email in there to see what's going on. Because if I'm gonna splurge a little bit more, it's gonna be for pay.
No, for sure, for sure.
The last time we had a pay per view was like No Way Out, right?
It was like 09.
Oh shit. Okay, so I'm thinking like 2002. Yeah, I think it was.
I don't remember.
I didn't go.
But at least
so
it's
that's
like
why.
it's cool that we're getting pay-per-view. But I find it's actually more exciting that's in the chamber, which is it's a chamber, It's
Elimination Chamber. Yes, it's exciting, but it's not exciting because I imagine watching the Elimination Chamber matches live must suck. Your view is kind of obstructed. It's for me personally, watching UFC live is trash.
Oh, is it? I never.
Well, I mean, it's an octagon, right? So the cage
Right.
is all around. Sure, you get to see them, whatever.
So
I never went to a UFC thing, but I mean, I'm just not a fan of stuff obstructing the ring for the live viewers. Like it kind of sucks. Camera, we're good.
You would need like a bird's eye view of where you're sitting. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Or whatever. You look at the screen.
But
screen
like you said, if you're watching the big screen, just stay home and actually,
Exactly. But I mean, that doesn't. Not all matches are Elimination Chamber. We'll see how the card goes too. But if it's not too shabby, I'll definitely go. I'll maybe get some breads or something.
November 18th, the tickets come out. So soon.
November 18th. Yeah, exactly. And I think November 8th is for the combo pack. If anyone does want to check that out, if you want to ultimately splurge your whole on it.
When I went to SmackDown, and before that show started, there was people coming out with their package, and let me tell you, they didn't go to their seat empty-handed. So there was like a replica title and big boxes and all.
Yeah.
I don't know who's talking to you, but we're on a podcast.
Yeah, I know. It's the movie thing. Everyone's like, "Oh, I'm here." Yeah. So
it's called mute.
I'm excited. It is called mute. You're right. I never do that. Only at work. When I'm at work, I do it because it's freaking annoying. I'm talking to someone and bing, bing, bing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
there's that.
Elimination Chamber, February. It's obviously the pay-per-view before WrestleMania. So shit shall go down. Really excited about it. Just hope that SmackDown was expensive tickets, so I imagine the pay-per-views are going to be stupid pricing. But we'll see. We'll see. It's a pay-per-view though, so just keep that in mind. And
you let me know. You let me know.
I'll keep you posted.
I'm curious. I'm not going, but I'm curious.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know. You might go.
I'm not going.
That restaurant better be good.
It's gonna be a one in a lifetime.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, Elimination Chamber coming to Montreal. Not too shabby. About time we get a pay-per-view since 2009, so it's been a hot minute.
Yeah, I guess they liked what we did on SmackDown.
Yeah, I imagine that's what it stemmed from. We were very, very loud. Courtesy of you and Costa and Kid Crazy, of course, just freaking going crazy there. It's all because of you guys. You guys did it.
Well, I did leave. I did wake up next morning with no voice. So
there you go. Part. So you were definitely screaming. You did your part. Perfect.
Yeah.
And aside from that, so you did watch at least AEW.
I did.
What do you think they're doing with this MJF thing? So we saw that MJF did his promo, which was heelish and then face-ish when he had told Stokely that he doesn't want him to interfere. He wants him at 100%. Stokely agreed, and then Stokely interfered. And then MJF came and fired him, and then they beat up MJF as well as some more of Moxley.
Yeah. Well, my opinion is that MJF, I don't care what anyone says, he's the main guy. He's the face of the company. That's how, or without title, he's the main guy. Now, we love him as a heel because of his mic skills. His wrestling in the ring he doesn't do a classic match yet. So I'm thinking that they're trying to make him as most possible is to make him a good guy, but at the same time we're gonna hate him. So like a good hate, like we love him,
an Austin,
but we hate him. Like Austin. That's what I don't want to say because Austin. When you say Austin,
like it's neutral. We love him and whatever, but he was never necessarily a bad guy or a good guy. Kind of did what he wanted. I still think this is a swerve. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'm just saying. My guess is that next Dynamite, we're gonna see MJF and Moxley tagged in a tag match.
That's most likely probably gonna happen. I could see that happening. Yeah.
And that's gonna be cool. And that thing that when he made fun of Moxley, made fun of Moxley when he was talking, gold. Gold.
In front of Renee on top of it.
I'm gonna gargle my piss. I'm like, yes. And then when she says,
and then Renee kind of agreeing, are you talking about that Moxley? She's like, yeah, I guess.
And then when she says, you cannot say no due respect and say something bad, and then he says, just shut up.
With all due respect, shut up.
Shut up.
That's MJF for you.
Money. He's money.
He's definitely money. Definitely.
He's not mid. He's money.
Well, Moxley isn't mid either, though. But I still agree with MJF.
He's not mid. He's not
what are those three letters? It starts with M mid. Like he has the crowd just echoing
in his hand.
Everything
he has it in his hand.
He has them in his hand. No problem. MJF is always he's powerful on the mic. So
like you were saying, he's not Moxley's not mid. He's just the third member of the Shield.
Wow. Gotta fill it up a little, huh? You gotta fill it up a little.
I don't like his gimmick.
Well, I mean, his gimmick has always been the same.
No,
Even
well,
in
I never
WWE,
liked him.
it's the same
I
shit.
never liked him in the
Just
beginning.
less. Oh, okay, fair enough. Didn't even like him in the Shield there.
No,
That's fair.
I was always a Seth guy. Still am.
Yeah, no complaints there. Seth is just fucking entertaining, and that's probably going to be leading to a fatal 4-way: Seth, Ali, Elias, and Riddle. I don't know for Crown Jewel, but I guess for Crown Jewel maybe, because Ali is still kind of feuding with Seth. Riddle is still feuding with Seth as well. Mm-hmm. Elias is kind of with Riddle. I don't know. We'll see where this kind of takes us. Raw wasn't necessarily all that extravagant, but there were a few cool points with obviously the Miz and the whole Loomis thing. One thing you got to check out is the Miz and R-Truth Gargano promo. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, I have to check that out. And I really want to know what's that secret that technically Gargano knows. That's also
so that's it. It made me interested into the story. It's and it's supposed to be some kind of cancel-ish, culture-ish sort of style. So we'll see what that's about. And that's so that got me more intrigued with what's going on. What does the Miz know? What doesn't he want out there? And so apparently we will see next week on Raw. So maybe get OLN just in case it's not on Sportsnet and Raptors are playing again or something.
I'll see what I can do.
Fair enough. With that, of course, we had The Fiend do another promo. On SmackDown.
On SmackDown, yes.
On SmackDown, we saw that.
This, my friend. Bravo. Like, I'm speechless. Like, I was watching it on the edge of my bed. I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, Bray knows how to talk. So, essentially, he was just basically saying that he basically was just kind of more or less just kind of saying that he no longer will be controlled. I don't have the quote, but it was you know what, it was kind of hard to also hear because of the freaking music. I really didn't like the music that was playing.
I'm like, this sound guy is not doing his job.
No, it was intentional.
That was definitely. I found the music was louder than him.
Well, that's it. I thought it was a bit too loud, but I don't know. He talked for quite a bit, so I couldn't imagine that they done messed up for the whole thing and not realized, unless it was also pre-recorded on top of that.
Could be.
Let me get that quickly. I'm not going to find it.
While JLB is looking for it. We saw. I don't know if you watched NXT.
Oh, I mean, I didn't watch NXT, but I certainly did see
Ava Raine,
who the new member Ava Raine. Yeah.
Well, that's big shoes to fill, and I wish her all the good luck.
Yeah, like I mean, she's been on NXT Lives or something, and also at the Performance Center. But now we finally do see her on actual television. I don't watch Joe Gacy's cult group or know much about his cult group. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. I don't know.
We'll talk more.
It's completely different from The Rock. It's completely different from The Rock, though. And obviously she wants to implement her own style.
We're going to talk more in depth with Kid Crazy next week about that because he's the NXT guy.
He's definitely the NXT guy, but she said a few words. I mean, whatever. It sounds okay. We'll see what happens next week.
She found her family.
She found her family. Yeah, absolutely. And we'll see. We'll see what happens with. We'll see what also happens with how she wrestles. How's her wrestling? I saw a few clips of obviously her father teaching her a few things and all that, and very interesting timing, of course, with also Black Adam just coming out and all that, and then they know that the news sites are certainly going to pick that up because it's Dwayne Johnson's daughter, and she is the fourth generation superstar in the WWE.
Wow.
So that's an accomplishment all on its own. Obviously, we got Peter Maivia,
Rocky Johnson,
and then Rock Maivia with The Rock, and now Ava Raine, which is I guess I don't know her real name, but Ava Raine. Yeah, so fourth generation superstar. Pretty that's that's going to be hard to beat. It's not like you can just come the next week and boom, that's quite an accomplishment, if you will. I don't know. We'll see what happens. The problem with her being Dwayne's daughter is that she's going to have some tough shoes to fill. So, but I don't want to go into thinking that she'll be like Dwayne, especially in the Joe Gacy group. She did seem kind of
nervous,
quiet, and nervous too. But we'll see. We'll see what happens next week. It'll be interesting to hear what Kid Crazy has to say next week, and hopefully she does wrestle, so we can talk more about Ava Raine, because finally she has been. She finally debuted. We were waiting for a while. We've seen pictures on Twitter and of her at live shows, and now she is finally there. And that's what The Rock is cooking. Rock is cooking up his. And
I think that's about it.
I think that's essentially.
It's gonna be a very short episode today, guys. We both have things to go to, and our other two hosts are not here, so yeah.
I feel like we're missing something pretty big, though. Let me just.
While he looks at that, we could talk about. January 28th.
Yeah. So you go ahead, sir. You're the one that set it up. I'll let you introduce it to the world.
I really didn't set it up, but okay. On January 28th, 2023, myself, Kid Crazy JLB, and Jeff are going to be doing, like we do every Thursday, a podcast, but live in person. I don't have the address by heart, but if you go to our WTN or WTN form, the address is there. It's the same night as the Royal Rumble. So basically, the plan is we're gonna be there. We're gonna start the show at 6:30. We'll do our 1 hour, 45-minute podcast. We're gonna talk about, like we talk every day. We're gonna talk about the Rumble. Who's gonna win? Who you think is gonna win? The card, up and down the card. And then after that, you guys, we stay there. Join us. We're gonna watch the Rumble on a big screen TV. There's gonna be food. There's gonna be drinks. It's in a Portuguese center. If it's about more or less 50 or 60 people, it's owned by two great ladies. Which one is Costa's mom? It's a little restaurant that they have. It's like a community center basically. But so we decided to do it's called the Rumble Bash, which JLB named it. Without him knowing, he named it. But you named it.
I'll take the credit, but I didn't name it.
we had a conversation. But anyway, yeah. So
I'll take it. I'll take the credit. Sure.
So yeah,
But
it's January. There's
yeah,
no. It's free to get in. We're not getting
yeah,
no
there's
money
no
from this.
cover. Exactly. So
The
it's just
money's all going
basically
to the
to get the
restaurant. It's just to have a good fun with with people who like wrestling to watch Rumble together, and yeah. And if it works out, we'll do that like once or twice a year, maybe three, depending on the pay per view.
yeah, depending on the pay-per-view, depending if people do like it, depending if
Yeah.
the owners, aren't busy on Sundays or Saturdays, perhaps,
Yeah.
since that might be the new Sundays now. Yeah, so it's basically a community center, and that speaks volumes because we are a wrestling community. And for those of you who don't have anywhere to go to watch it,
Or
look
are
at all
bored
our
watching it alone.
socials. Or bored watching it alone, or just you want to just be with a bunch of other wrestling fans. Yeah, by all means, the Rumble Bash. It's obviously going to be on the Saturday, on the 28th. So just look. The link is there all over our social medias. The event is posted there as well. It will also be a link down below in the doobly doos for that too. You do want to come check it out, by all means, come before the Rumble. We're going to do a live cast. You want to get some inputs. There you go. Look at that. Well played. That's what I think we're missing. I think we're missing the address.
Yes. But this was for like just the logo and for the picture, but the address, you're right. I have to put the address.
No, I mean, it might just maybe at the bottom of Bash, or maybe put it up again for a second.
But the address is on the event.
No, I know, but people only read certain things. Yeah, I wouldn't know where to put it though, technically.
I'll figure it out on a weekday.
We'll figure it out. That's fair. But yeah, definitely go check that out. The Royal Rumble Bash. Ask one of us, whatever have you. We'll direct you to a link, but it'll be down below in the doobly doos for that too. So if you're free on Saturday, Royal Rumble, you want to watch it with a bunch of wrestling fans, come on down. The price ain't right because it's free, so the price is
gratuit.
It's gratuit. And
have a beer.
There's food, there's drinks.
Yeah.
Have a beer. We can have a beer at a community center. That's a thing.
Yeah. There's a beer. There's beer. There's
nice.
burgers, chicken. There's you name it.
Oh, perfect.
It's a restaurant.
There you go. And it's a restaurant. So
it's a community center / restaurant. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So and probably they'll have Portuguese chicken. And if you never had Portuguese chicken,
there's Portuguese chicken. There's gonna be a bifana if you guys know what that is. There's
Portuguese. I don't even know what that is.
You know what's a bifana?
I mean, I kind of do, but I don't. I've never had it.
It's a pork sandwich, basically.
Yeah.
So
if you want a pork sandwich, Portuguese style, and that's it. That's it. There's food for everybody. Yeah. Do they have vegan options? Maybe some people are vegan.
There's fish.
There's fish. There you go. Fish. And yeah, so that's it. But if anything, if you do have any questions about that, let us know, guys. We're always here to answer any questions you have. Feel free to message any of us. Links will be down below on the doobly doos for that. So with that said, it's not going to be a crazy recap just because honestly, there's not a whole lot and we both got a little bit of stuff to do tonight, and we're missing two of our compadres, two of our other co-hosts there. So we'll probably break it all down for you next Thursday as well. And of course, we'll just keep reporting the news as we usually do, so you can get your wrestling fix. For that, of course, you can follow us at WTN Wrestling on all social medias, except on Twitch. Where did our logo go?
Yeah, I just noticed. There you go.
Oh, there we go. Especially on Twitch, where it's at WTN. No problem. Twitch.tv/WTN_wrestling talk now. And yeah, feel free, like, share, subscribe. That helps us a bunch. And we can certainly, you can certainly still get all your latest and greatest wrestling news updates every single day. But of course, reach us next Thursday as we do all run it down again. We first should also get Big Red's social media just in case they want to follow you personally, good sir.
Oh, at Big Red underscore 7819 on Twitter and on Instagram, or you could just chat me over here
on WTN. There you go. And me is twitch.tv/JLBTLC25, where I do video game stuff. I plan to do more, but for now it's video games, and Real Talk Radio stuff will be down below. And that is it, guys. So it is a shorty, but it is a goodie. I hope you got your rundown rumors all in a nice little bow. For those of you, we do wish you happy Halloween. For those of you taking the kiddos out. Oh, Halloween Havoc was this Saturday too, which, our main NXT guy isn't here to break it down. So maybe we'll get him to put a video up of a little recap or something, maybe do a little special thing there. So that is it. That is all, guys. I'd like to thank you once again for coming, watching. If you do listen to this later, thanks. We do appreciate it. And we will see you next Thursday. So until then, ciao for now.